When you drive through Decula, it looks a lot different than it did 20 years ago. You drive through neighborhoods, go to the schools, if you go to businesses, the likelihood is you're gonna run into somebody that doesn't look like you, that doesn't think like you, or act like you. As Hebron Church, are we using the gospel to leverage kingdom diversity in our community? My family recently had the opportunity to visit Image Church in Smyrna. The name says it all, Image Church. They want to leverage that all of us are made in God's image for the sake of their community. And so listen to them and how diversity plays a role in everything they do at Image Church.
We are currently located in Smyrna, Georgia. We're just literally across the street from Truist Park. So for us, our community is split in thirds. About a third of us are a white population, a third of us are African American, and a third of us are Latino. And then we do have some Asian and Middle Eastern immigrants as well. But we also are very divided along socioeconomic lines. We have a very big homeless population. At the same time, right next door, we have huge townhomes and houses that cost $400,000 and $500,000.
People look at it as a fad now, right? Like, man, we just want to be multi-ethnic and that's the way we can grow and that's just what everybody else is doing. The way I kind of help explain to our people is when we don't look different, we're actually missing out. So by being a multi-ethnic church, we actually get a better glimpse into who God is based on the different gifts and giftings of people that are different. And we see what the Bible teaches, and culture and cultural intentionality is woven all throughout scriptures. And so, man, we want to help bring that to life in our local community and be a church that is intentional with people who are different than us.
Lately, within the last several years, you've been seeing like just this surge of, diversity push. I believe we're now in a generation where I love my brothers and sisters, but I don't want to worship with I want to worship with everybody. Because when I get the picture of heaven and, I'm like, okay, there's not just going to be one certain type of people in heaven praising God, alongside the angels crying, holy, holy, holy. And so I want to see that reflected here on earth. Like, I want to see that reflected in my worship experience.
All human beings are created by God, and so that means automatically that they are image bearers. They bear the image of God, and they have intrinsic value and worth. The church should reflect the community.
It sounds so simple, right? Just represent your community, welcome everyone, welcome people, love your neighbor. And then even in 1 John, love your neighbor the way God loves us, which is deeper to me than the way I love myself. It's easy to say, simple to say, it's not easy to do.
Yeah, being a multi-ethnic church is hard. Like, if you're gonna step into this space that I believe the church is called to, you better be ready for it to be challenging. There's gonna be times where things are said that shouldn't be said, or things aren't said that should have been said. There's gonna be situations that are handled right or not right, and there's gonna be people that don't understand.
So simple and easy are not the same thing, and I think we have to sometimes sit in those tensions and be willing to sit in tension and be uncomfortable for a little while until we become a community.
If that's the goal of Image Church, the goal of any church, is we want to be a family. Family do the hard things. Family have the hard conversations. They work through those things. And when the uncomfortableness or the preferences or whatever it might be, as they arise, and you do the hard work of working through it.
Just in the same way we deal with marriages and we deal with parenting and we deal with how we manage our money. Like, man, this is a big deal as well, how we engage with people. Being a multi-ethnic church is not the gospel, it is an implication of the gospel. One of the greatest evangelistic witnesses is a united front of people that are radically different, that are centered around the message and ministry of Jesus. So that's my hope, unto the glory of God, as a picture, as a snapshot of what's to come.